Hi, this is Lauren Fogelman at ExpertSportsPerformance.com, working with highly driven, motivated athletes on being cool, calm, and confident for consistent winning results. Today's topic is about athletes who win despite the odds by taking these 5 critical steps. I'll go through them in just a moment. But realize this, your biggest roadblock is another athlete's favorite challenge. So why does one athlete say no and the other yes to the same exact opportunity, challenge, action step right before them? When you find yourself resisting or hesitating, what I want you to do is to reconnect with your bigger vision. What is it that you want for yourself? Where are you going? And then let's narrow your focus to the one action step that you need to be taking right now at this moment in time. That way, we begin to turn a no into a yes. That reminds me of a story of Catherine Switzer. She is the woman who actually gave birth to long-distance running competitions for women, because when she was looking to run distance, she wasn't eligible to. And the only reason why she wasn't eligible is because she was a woman. She wanted to run in the Boston Marathon because she heard stories about how wonderful and what a great experience it was. And she couldn't just because of her gender. At that point, back in the day, women were barred from running in marathons, especially the Boston Marathon. They just didn't believe that women were physically capable of doing it. And here was this person who was a distance runner, and the longest distance available to her was either the 220, the 440, or the 880. It wasn't satisfying her personal needs. So let me show you what she did to be able to turn it around and rise up to the challenge. First of all, it was a decision. She decided that she was going to go ahead and challenge the running community to be able to let women who wanted to run distance have that option. Let them make the decision instead of somebody else making the decision for them. After that was drive. She shifted her drive from an external one where she was running just to be able to improve her endurance for lacrosse, field hockey, and basketball, into a personal one, which was that she enjoyed running and she could see herself being a distance runner, taking it further, and that's what she wanted to do. That was her purpose. So it became really, really personal. After that was determination. She wasn't going to let the rules of society that was men only stop her from competing. So she went ahead and put in her application using her initials only for the Boston Marathon. She showed up, she ran, and 2 miles into the race, one of the race directors saw that there was this woman running. He actually tried to physically rip her number off of her jersey. Fortunately, there were people there that knew her mission and supported her, and they weren't going to let him do that. So she did get to run and complete the race, and that was just the beginning for her. But she was determined. She was not going to let anybody stop her from what she knew she was meant to do. After that was the details. Instead of focusing on all the steps necessary to turn this around and change the rules and to let her run, she just focused on the one next step necessary at each point in time to make it happen. So the first thing is, when she made that decision to run distance, she had to find a coach that was willing to work with her. After that, she had to train to be able to run beyond 1 or 2 miles, which was what she was usually and typically training for up until that point for her other sports. She had to be able to build up the stamina, the endurance, and know how to have the mental game to be able to rise up to the challenge of a marathon. And then it was putting in the application, showing up. What happens when someone tries to block her? She focused on one step at a time to be able to help turn that dream into a reality. And then finally, deepen. Out of this experience, she realized that she wanted to prove to society what women were truly capable of doing. She wanted to open up racing events to women who wanted to run distance. It deepened her purpose. It made it, instead of just something personal, it made it something global. It wasn't just about her running anymore. It was about any woman who wanted to run having access to it and having that possibility. So what is it for you that you want to be doing, and how can we turn this around? I have some questions that I want you to ask yourself. So here's your challenge. What's your aim? Get really clear on what it is that you're really working towards, what that vision is for you. And then drive. Let's go ahead and shift it from something external to something internal where it becomes personal. And if you can actually make it a bigger purpose that's beyond you, it'll actually inspire you to step up and play a bigger game. It'll keep you going like nothing else will. After that, I want you to think about how fearless are you to be able to go the full distance to achieve your purpose. Do you have the courage to do it? And rate your fearlessness and courage from 0 to 10, with 0 being absolutely no courage and a lot of fear, to 10 being I'll do anything despite the fear, and I have all the courage I absolutely need. Are you satisfied with that number that you gave yourself? If you are, that's fantastic. And if you're not, what thoughts would you need to release in order to strengthen your commitment? And how would that change things for you? So you have your challenge to be brutally honest with yourself going through those questions. Please post what your aim is. What is it that you're going to rise up to? And what's the next step you need to take to move forward in that direction? Let me know. I would love to hear what your aim is and what those next steps are. Click the likes button. If you're interested in additional mental game training so you can really get your mindset in the right place so that you are fearless and you have all the courage you need to achieve your purpose, go to my website, expertsportsperformance.com, put your name and email address in the upper right-hand corner. Immediately, you get the first of the video training series. So once again, please share your aim and that first step with me. Click the likes button. My mission is to show you how to stay cool when the heat is on. Lauren Fogelman, expertsportsperformance.com.